The highly anticipated Rings of Power series just dropped a teaser trailer. While there may have been many other teasers before, this is the first one to actually show fans what to expect. This video is a breakdown of the teaser trailer, including possible details that you might have missed. This teaser trailer is an extension of the previous one. It starts right where the other one ended, with 3 rock faces carved on the side of a mountain. Judging by the style of the scene, this place is likely Numenor. Galadriel. The shot after the mountain shows Galadriel as she gives the voiceover for the next few scenes. Galadriel appears on screen again with a small group of elves as they travel through the Northlands. Although it is not revealed that she is the one, the path the group is traveling through is likely in Forodwaith. Another shot of Galadriel shows her in the same icy location talking to another elf. Galadriel stabs her sword into the snowy ground and looks at the male elf. The elf's sword is similar to the one Galadriel stabs into the ground, so they are likely elven swords. This elf appears on screen again, climbing a mountain. He is almost knocked to the ground by ice that falls from the top of the mountain. Then there's a shot of Elrond telling Galadriel to put up her sword because she'd been fighting for long enough. From the look on Galadriel's face, she's not even considering that idea. Galadriel and Elrond appear on screen again, and it seems like they're arguing about something. The next shot shows Galadriel in a red scene, looking like she's in or about to go to war. The red scene continues with a shot of several bodies in the air. This could either be the downfall of Numenor, or it could be what was left of the world after the War of Wrath. There's another shot of Galadriel riding into battle with an army of Numenorians, and another of her riding on the beach with Elendil, Isildur's father. This shows that Galadriel will go to Numenor in the series. There's another scene with Elendil telling an unknown character that the past is dead. The character is not revealed, but it could be Isildur or his brother Anarion. In the teaser trailer, Galadriel also fights a snow troll, and she manages to hit it on the head with her sword. The teaser also shows the moving version of the original promotional picture for the series. It shows the city of Tirion and all of the elves. The golden tree, Laurelin, and the silver tree, Telperion, can also be seen in the distance. These are the trees of Valinor, and they provide light for the entire kingdom. Also, you may not know this, but the silver tree is male and the golden tree is female. It turns out that it was Galadriel's older brother Finrod who was standing on the hill in the original picture. Ar-Pharazôn. The last king of Numenor and leader of the King's Men, Ar-Pharazôn also appeared in the teaser trailer. He was seen speaking to a bunch of Numenorians, likely trying to gain their trust and use them to steal the throne from Tar-Muriel, his cousin. There's another shot of a Numenorian soldier riding on a horse and snatching a spear from the ground. Then another of Durin IV, stating that it could be the beginning of a new era. He holds what looks like mithril in his hands as he says this. Gil-galad. Gil-galad appears on screen and he says,
"Darkness will march over the face of the earth."
The darkness Gil-galad is referring to might be why he tells Elrond to go to Khazad-dûm. The scene with Elrond and Khazad-dûm also appears in the teaser trailer. He is led into the kingdom by a few dwarfs. The architecture in the kingdom of Khazad-dûm is showcased a lot better in this scene. In addition, there are lights, plants, and waterfalls. Gil-galad also says our people, and at the same time, there's a shot of Galadriel and a group of elves on a swan ship. This is likely the same ship from the shipwreck Galadriel was in. The Realms. Another shot in the teaser shows what seems to be an elven realm. The buildings and landscape in the realm are similar to the ones seen in Tirion. The two scenes also have practically identical waterfalls. As the scene is played, the voiceover says,
"Elves have forests to protect."
This realm could also be Lindon, an elven realm in the western region of Middle-earth. The series is set in the second age of Middle-earth's history, and the ruler of Lindon at the time is High King Gil-galad. The next scene shows the first shot of the underground kingdom of Khazad-dûm. The elves in the kingdom can be seen on the left side of the screen operating levers, and on the right, plants are growing inside the mountain. This scene also shows the elves with firelight. Another interesting detail in the scene is the beams of light shining through the windows on the eastern side of the mountain. This detail comes straight out of the Lord of the Rings book. The voiceover in this scene says,
"Dwarfs their minds,"
which means just like the elves protect their forests, dwarves protect their minds. The next shot shows a group of middlemen harvesting grains while the voiceover says,
mend their fields of grain.
Behind the men, you can see a small village with wooden huts, which look nothing like the ones from Numenor. The voiceover continues saying, "But we Harfoots have each other," as a Harfoot blows a whistle. The voiceover concludes with,
"We're safe."
And there is a shot of a group of hobbits celebrating in a forest. There's not a lot to go on from this shot, but it's likely a celebration for a Harfoot coming of age. There is another scene of a city close to water. This could either be Ost-in-Ehil, the capital city of a region, or the realm of Umbar. The realm of Umbar was turned into a fortress in the Second Age. The city could also just be another scene of the Linden realm. Another shot shows a Numenorian boat sailing into the island realm, and then there's a scene with the Elendil statue. Arondir. There's a scene with a group of orcs walking across a bridge. This bridge is likely connected to Arondir Tower. Arondir appears on screen again after the shot of Halbrand in what seems to be a throne room of some sort. And then there's also a shot of Halbrand in a shipwreck similar to the one Galadriel will likely go through in the series. Halbrand and Galadriel meet after his shipwreck. Another shot of Arondir shows him of dodging an attack from a beast-like animal. Other details you might have missed. In the teaser, there's a shot of a large group of people crossing a river. The group moves quickly, but remains in the same formation, so they might be some type of army. The path they're walking through seems similar to the fords of Isen, which are located near the river Isen. The new teaser trailer also shows the meteor crash from the previous trailer with Nori looking at it. Nori appears in another scene with her friend Poppy Proudfellow. There's also a man who is in the meteor, and there's a hobbit lamp in the background. The man is shown again in a later scene of the trailer. He may be Sauron or some other fire creature. Another shot shows a group of elves trying to survive a blizzard in the frozen north. The snow troll's hand can also be seen in the distance. At the same time, Galadriel says,
"The enemy is still out there."
The enemy Galadriel is talking about is Sauron, a servant of Morgoth. After Morgoth was defeated and banished into the Timeless Void, Sauron hid in Middle-earth, but he returned in the Second Age. This means he will likely be the main antagonist of the series. Another shot shows Tar-Miriel looking a bit scared. In the last trailer, it looked like she was reacting to the meteor crash, but in this trailer, it's clear that she's not. White petals are falling around, which could be the warning signs from the white tree to signal an incoming threat. The two trees are destroyed by Morgoth and Ungoliant, which would explain why the scene with the elves is dark. This scene shows a group of elves drawing their swords in a dark room. This could be the sons of Fëanor making their oath to hunt down the three Silmarils. The swords that they hold in this scene seem similar to the ones held by Galadriel and the elf in the earlier scenes of the trailer. The final shot shows four hobbits walking away on a grassy mountain.